Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Bitcoin breaks 9,000 momentarily as it falls back almost immediately. I feel like that's the sentiment in this market. You know, we were eyeing Bitcoin and we were looking for it to really kind of rally up to 10,000. And sure enough, what happens? It hits the resistance level that it is supposed to hit, and then it comes right back down. So if you guys look at this, is Bitcoin on a daily, and as you can see here, this is from several videos ago now. I just outlined what the next resistance level for Bitcoin would be, and sure enough, it did touch that level. It tapped it and then came all the way back down. So let's go back to the hourly here. And so this is a zoomed in view of just that. So we hit 9,000 briefly. I think it was recorded here on Bitstamp at 90,096, and then came all the way back down here to approximately 8,000 per coin. Now we're hovering somewhere in the 8,300 mark. But guys, we've seen these corrections before, right? I wouldn't get too worried. So we've seen actually this exact same pattern before, where we saw a huge leg up, there was some basing, and then basically the exact same thing happens in the opposite direction. So if you guys go back here, we saw that pattern here again, okay? Leg up, some basing, and then the leg down, some basing, and then another leg up again. So guys, this is nothing unusual. This is par for the course for the crypto market. And so I just wanted to kind of throw out some numbers at you guys. If you guys feel like you got wrecked yesterday, don't despair, because it really wasn't that bad. If you look at this correction here, okay, you can't really see it here, but the candlestick actually goes all the way to here, and it bleeds in with this volume bar. There's so much volume and so much price change at that time that you can't really see it here. But guys, if you do the math on that, and I did a math on some of these ones, so this correction here, before we saw it go back up again, was 26.4%, okay? 26.4%. If we go back to before the last bull run, we could see that Bitcoin correcting isn't very unusual. So guys, this was the bull run back in 2017. And let's zoom in here. So if we look at these corrections, so I just outlined some, I prepared a few examples here. And so if you guys can see this correction here, Bitcoin went from approximately $778 down to $521. And guys, again, this was in the before the last bull run of 2017. That represented a correction of about 21.3%. And you guys can see these here. This one here about 26.9%, and this one here 34%. So double-digit corrections, you know, somewhere between 25-30%, anywhere between 20 and 35% approximately is par for the course. Now, when we go back to present day, and we look at, here, let me just put this on an hourly. We look at this correction here for Bitcoin, and guys, I'm using Bitcoin just because the whole market's doing the same thing. I mean, we're correcting across the board, so why not use the indicator that is causing all of this? And so when you look at this latest correction, we went from $9,096 down to about 8,000, I said, approximately, give or take. And so guys, that only represents a correction of 6.6%. So where historically we have seen huge corrections, 25+%, this is only 6.6%. So if you feel like you're getting wrecked now, just wait. As this bull run moves on, the corrections will be deeper and deeper, and it may even go lower than this. So take a page out of C3 Nick's book. I like these fast sell-offs. Why? Because these sudden drops are a lesson to investors not to over-leverage and to be more humble and realistic. These are two aspects which make a bull run more sustainable in the long run. Just my opinion. Some will disagree because it hurts. And yeah, I get that you have emotions and that you want to comment on my videos in the comment section, because some of you guys just can't handle it. And that's okay. That's par for the course for amateur traders. This is why I'm here, guys. I'm here to kind of put your mind at ease and to guide you on the right path. Now, this is by no means financial advice. I suggest you always do your own research before you buy anything with your hard-earned dollars. The market's going to be what the market's going to be, and we have to roll with it. This from Mr. B XRP at XRP Mr. Say what? And he links to this article here. So thanks so much for posting that, Mr. B. XRPL Labs develops Xign, a mobile bank app without banks. I'm assuming it's pronounced Sign. similar to how Spring is pronounced Spring with the X. This is an XRP-focused project here by Xign, the founder of XRP Labs. The crypto startup founded by Ripple has confirmed the development of a new mobile banking app that is being designed by the company. This software is intended to do much more than allow users to send crypto from wallet to one another. At an event organized by the BitTrue community in Amsterdam, Xign presented the company's flagship mobile app, Xign, described as a true mobile banking platform. So Xign will allow users to spend euros, dollars, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies, all this without the help of any financial institution and with a very simple and clear user interface. Guys, the future is coming. This kind of technology could revolutionize quote-unquote banking for those who are unbanked around the world, for those who just don't have the resources to become part of the system. So down here, a quote from, I'm assuming, Xign, Xign will deliver a user experience we know as online banking, not just crypto. So what it will allow you to do is check your balance and send your funds in any currency. We're not building a crypto wallet. We're building a banking app, except without a bank. We're building a banking app based on a digital ledger, based on XRP ledger, and based on ILP, Interledger Protocol. So Xign claims that all this is aimed to increase mainstream adoption in bold. By enabling crypto and fiat currency payments, there will be a simultaneous increase in adoption. And Xign, you know, he's really out there on his A-game, getting funded by the Spring Initiative to really develop more products like this. And so this is great because, again, banking the unbanked, an app that, think about this for a second, an app that you can use to send funds without using your bank at all. And you're going to be using XRP. Now, how big can this app get? Well, once it's developed, we'll see how many downloads it gets and we'll see how it catches on. But for now, this is the direction we need to go. We need guys like this to develop products like this that will have real world utility and that won't just be used in circles for people in the know, people for cryptocurrency. It's got to be the Facebook of banking apps. Xign also mentions down here, it's not for geeks. We know that crypto wallets are not for everyone yet. Minimal technical knowledge is still required. We're going to help users get started with a really secure user interface setup guide in-app. It will be very easy and straightforward to use. So again, that is what's important. You need to make technology available and accessible and not intimidating to the average person who may not have a vast knowledge of cryptocurrency or coding or what have you. There will be social functions and it will be very easy to spend money. Obviously, it will be possible to review, approve, or deny payments to people and companies. Earlier this year, Xign's company, XRPL Labs, received an investment from Spring, another company that receives funds directly from Ripple for the development of various initiatives. XRPL Labs is also working on a decentralized exchange and cold storage system. So all moving in the right direction. This is amazing news because, you know, the real world utility, the real world adoption of XRP will ultimately be our end game, guys. We will be trading XRP on the exchange to people who really need to use it by that point to transfer funds to banks, financial institutions, companies who will be using XRP to make cross-border transactions. And this is the first step, guys. This is the first step in making that happen, or at least one of the first steps. And when you're feeling down because the market's down a little bit, although it is rebounding now just slightly, please remember the gains that you have made since, you know, over the last several months. Guys, let's go to XRP just real quick. I wasn't planning on doing this, but going to XRP here on the daily, and guys, we still got to remember, right? We were in the dumps, all right? Maybe like a month and a half ago, right? Or a month ago, at the end of April, XRP was still trading at 29 cents. We've now seen a high of about 48 cents, and now we're back trading around 42. So guys, we're still up. We're doing really well on our investment. Let's not get too disappointed. And just to that point, guys, Finance Guru, now this is a really outlandish prediction in my opinion, but I could see it happen down the road. This guy doesn't give a timeline, obviously. Finance Guru says Bitcoin could hit 8 million. And of course, it's possible. I say deep into the 2020s, maybe by 2030 even. So best-selling finance author, managing director of Formula Capital, and one of the top 10 influencers on LinkedIn, James Altucher, says he believes Bitcoin can hit 1 million and 8 million per BTC is not out of the question. So he says how much paper currency is out there? It's about $200 trillion out in the world. And there is only about $200 billion of cryptocurrency. So that is a 100,000% increase from here. So that could give Bitcoin a price of $8 million. So $1 million is even a discount to where Bitcoin could eventually go. When it gets there, who knows? Doesn't give a timeline. But this guy here, crypto influencer, says Bitcoin poised for 244% surge. Jihan Chu, and I'm starting to see new names out here. You know, usually it's Tom Lee and a few other the same guys, right? But now we're starting to see, now that the crypto market's moving, we're starting to see more bold predictions out here from different people. So Chu told Bloomberg he believes Bitcoin will rise 244% to 30,000 at least as investors look for alternative types of technology investments. And I could totally see that this year. To me, that's super conservative. What people are really seeing now is that cryptocurrency is not going away, and you don't have to take my word for it. It's Facebook, it's Jamie Dimon, it's Rakuten, it's Fidelity, all those getting into the space either in building infrastructure or providing services. So that's first. It's going to drive mind share and drive adoption. Second, I think what we're seeing is a counter-cyclical argument. With the recent disappointments of Uber and Lyft IPOing in the market, people are looking for a different type of tech story and one that's perhaps accessible to all. And finally, the Bitcoin halving is coming. Of course, Bitcoin halving, guys. And traditionally, that's pushed the price in double-digit percentages. So a combination of these three factors, I think will really see us getting from where we are now to 30,000. And I agree, 30,000, no problem. Back to BTC on the daily, guys. You know, this is just the beginning. We've got to remember, now I'm on the hourly, we've got to remember that this takes time, but when it moves, it really does. And so watch out. I hope you guys are buying the dip. I hope you're buying it properly. I hope you weren't seeing Bitcoin kind of vacillating in this zone or XRP or what have you. You saw it pump for a bit. You're like, oh, well, this is the last time you bought up here and then it dipped. Tell me in the comments if that happened to you. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.